Steve, it ends here 2-1 against Wealdstone. What do you say to the performance?
I thought we were okay first half. Probably shaded it without being great. But second half, obviously, to hand the initiative away the way that we did, in the last 20, 25 minutes is really disappointing. We weren't overly at it. We weren't at our best second half, but as we just said in the dressing room, if the game is unravelling that way and you're struggling to make any inroads going forward, which we were second half, you've got to manage the game in a different way. And if that means that you need to grind out a 1-0 based on the pattern of the game, second half, that's what you need to do. And we didn't do that well enough second half, and we were punished.
If we speak about the game, a great goal from Matt Robertson, superb from the edge of the box. And then from that moment on, we just kept on putting the pressure. It almost seemed like we could have added a few more goals in that. Is it just a matter of just not being clinical in front of goal in the most important moments?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I think, we should have certainly had a second when Jermaine's hit the post. And in all sincerity, probably with the pressure we applied and the way that we opened up first half, probably a third. Don't get me wrong, they caused us problems first half. I thought they were very effective at what they did, and fair play to them. But yeah, we certainly should have scored a second and maybe a third first half. And then of course the dynamic of the game changes, but we didn't. And I warned the players, and Dukes warned the players at half time that they were very much in it, and they had caused us problems. And there was every possibility, if we weren't right and we didn't address certain issues with on the pitch, that we may well get punished. But disappointed second half, because I don't think we asked enough questions going forward. And although I thought we defended okay second half, in terms of game management, it's a really poor goal to give away from the free kick. And as I've said too in my previous interview, Henry's carried the ball over the line. It did go over the line. He said he was impacted when he was the ball was in the air. Now, whether that's one of our own players, I don't know. Whether it's one of their players, I don't know. But the linesman's given the goal, hasn't he? And from there on in, I'm kind of worried that they've got the initiative and they're getting on top. And you think, do you know what? I think tonight, given the second half performance, we'll settle for a point. But again, we didn't manage the game well, and whilst the lads, it's a good finish for the second goal. He's got into an area that he should have never got into, and we've been punished. But I'm really, really disappointed. First half, I thought we were okay, as I say, particularly going forward. But second half, really, really disappointed. I felt we were a little bit off where we need to be, and it was a big game for us tonight, because it's one of those rare games since I've been in charge that against a team that were in and around us. So obviously it has more bearing and more impact. But we've got to learn from this. We've got to learn. Key moments in games, we've got to be better. I took the Altrincham loss on the chin because I felt we were always in that game, and we created a lot going forward. We just needed to be more clinical going forward, which of course was the case first half tonight. But I thought that's the most disappointing we've been for me. Probably, bearing in mind the progress that we've made, it's probably the most disappointing 20-25 minute passage of play that we've had since I've been here.
Minutes after they scored their second goal, James Vennon's got his second yellow, and obviously he started in most of our National League games. How much of an impact does that go into Saturday's game against
it's going to be a big loss. I mean, you know yourself. I mean, James Vennings is the archetypal footballer, isn't he? He's to think that he's been basically sent off for two bookables, and they've both been challenges, is quite sort of difficult to comprehend, really, to be honest with you. But I mean, with the second booking, I have to say that the forward has got his arm round Jamal's neck when Jamal's won the initial header. and obviously still managed to win it with the challenge itself. And I'm thinking he's going to blow up, and he's allowed play to continue, and that's led to the Venice challenge. And whilst I'm not trying to condone it, you know, if he gives the first one, the second one doesn't happen, does it?
Well, thank you, Stephen. I'll see you Saturday.
No problem. Cheers, Theo.